So I had a question that's from a person that was trying to bring in the Mixamo characters into the engine with the plugin and trying to actually replace the default characters with something of their own. Um, I'm just pretty much going to go through those same steps here of how I would do it. I'm probably going to do a little bit something more than this later. But this is a hopefully quick video on how to get this done. Here I have a character that's going to be like just like a base male character. I'm getting animations that will replace most of the ones that are in that default blueprint for the generic base character, class character, or NPC character, depending on which ones you want. All of these animations are in place, with the exception to probably the sword attacks and things like that. From what I know of Mixamo's animations, they don't have any root motion. So when you actually do this for you might have to go in and add an extra bone to whatever the root of these characters are to be able to get them to have proper root motion. I've yet to try that, which is one reason why most of the characters I had in that demo were of the biped character from 3D Studio Max, because I went in and actually added my own root and bone to be able to do root motion, mainly for the forward motion for certain attacks and things like that. Also, I control the root motion for dodge that way as well. But I've yet to do it with the actual Mixamo character, so let's see how this goes, I guess. But I've already downloaded all these characters. I have it right here. I've also created a blank C++ project called RPG Stuff. And I made sure that the plugin is enabled. Now that I know that the plugin is enabled, I'm going to go in here and change my mode first and foremost to the RPG mode. And I guess it's thinking. I think this is my first time technically using the plugin. I'm so used to using the code directly in my project. Why is this taking so long? Let me see, did I load this from code? I think I did. Oh, I see what it's doing. It's going through and looking for the assets that were in the example content, and it's arrowing out. These are just a few things that were linked in. I think someone else told me about this as well. I probably should go through and specifically remove links to the example content, because that was mostly used for the system itself. But now we have our PC hero. We should have our RPG system as our game state, so that's good. So now if I play, I get this default character, which is automatically switching that because of the code that's working within this project. So if I delete these, there we go. I have no player whatsoever. So that's exactly what I wanted. So now let me take my characters, well, my animations. I'm just going to throw them into a folder so I can bring them in. There we go, that's the main character. Bring him in first. So now we have the middle-aged character. I'm going to bring him in skeleton, import mesh, that's true. No animations on him, no materials. Just leave it pretty bare, simple. So now I have a character. It's face down because he has no animations. Then we're going to bring in the animations for this character. Let me save all first. It will not let me save. That is interesting. Why will you not let me save? Do I have two of these open? Yes, I do. Alright, step one, don't have two of your same project open twice. Make sure you only have one instance. Okay, so now I have that in. Dropping in the animations. Stop. Be a little OCD. Animations. Try to keep everything nice and neat. Characters. No, I'm losing track of where I am. Alright, so here are my animations. Don't do that. I'm going to attach that to the middle-aged skeleton import. Alright, so now we have animations. Go in here. Stand up, you bum. So now we have all of our animations. The only thing that's probably not going to work properly is the root motions, but I'm still going to show you how to replace those in your graph so you can get up and running, even though the root motions will probably not look correctly. So we can close this. We need to come in and actually, first things first, we need to make a animation thing. There we go. A blend in 1D space for the skeleton. I'm going to call it idle, walk, run, sprint. And inside of here, let's see, flip it. I want 4 sections. That's good. Speed. Apply parameter changes. All right, and now we're going to bring in our animations. So we're going to start all the way at the bottom with idle. Then we're going to go into our walk. We're going to go into our run. And I actually don't like this range. This range needs to be, I think I had it at 2000. See if I can delete these. Alright, so we got an idle. We got a walk. Sorry about that. I just know that the run, like the normal run speed is around 600. Makes this 1200. Probably if I actually do the math, I can get this pretty much. All right, so that's about 300. I mean 600 for the run. So we got a walking here at 3, and we got our running speed at 6. And then we're going to have our sprinting speed at the highest. If I can find the sprint, it should be like fast run. There we go. So now if we look at this, that'll work. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is duplicate this. And I'm gonna call this battle, idle, walk, run, sprint. So this is what I'm going to use for when we're in battle, and the other one is what I'm going to use normally. Let's save that. And I think those are the only ones that we need right now to be able to get this started. So now what we want to do is relink this animation blueprint. So I am going to enable blueprint, plug in content, go to the toolkit, actors and animation. I should be able to, I'm gonna duplicate it because I'm not quite sure they have it fixed to where you can make a child of an animation blueprint in 13. I think 14 fixed it where you can make childs of animation blueprints. So I'm just going to duplicate this, pull it over in my area. So now I'm going to just make this my class type. And the reason we have these I have this for a class because in it I have it set up to where you can do custom combos and things like that to actually make your move set for your character or make different animations however you need for a class specific type of thing. So you can put in, instead of attacking, you can put casting or however you want to set this up. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to retarget this to a different skeleton. So I'm going to retarget this to this guy. So now we should be able to come in here. It's going to have its animation stuff probably messed up. If I can find the animation graph. There we go. All right, so we're going to come into base and we need to start replacing some of this. So now our idle, walk, run, sprint, we're going to use our own. And that needs to be fed speed. Idle, walk, run, sprint. There's a new node here. I don't know what that's for. I'm gonna have to read into that because I've never seen that one before. So we got that one. Go back to the base. Hoverboard mount, I actually have an animation for that. That was the pose, the crouch pose for this one. Let's go back. We're going to do a jump start. Jumping. We got fall. And I think this one is called jump idle or fall idle. There you go. We have swimming. I think this is the swimming idle if I remember correctly. I have a blend space for this one. I did not know I had a blend space for swimming. But I'm just going to replace this one right now. And just have an animation here. Let's see which one. Play. There we go, treading water. And then for dive and surface, I'm just going to use the same animation, same swimming animation for both. Doesn't really matter for right now. Victory cheer, I can just use any animation for that. I'll just make it idle. Our battle idle is a blend space, so we're going to use the battle idle walk run sprint. Dodge you shouldn't have to worry about because I think I moved that over to inside the actual animation blueprint. The jump, we can do this. And the battle loop. I think it's falling idle. For our die, I have one for that one as well. I'm sorry if I'm incredibly boring. I should have renamed these before I did all of this. It would have been much easier to find stuff. I can't remember which one is dying, so I'll just pick this and this for both of them. I think that's the dying loop, fallen loop. So now if I compile this, everything should go away. I missed one. I'll just put the idle for dodge, even though I don't get into this condition. And I left this out here, so I'll delete that. So now we've completely replaced that character and his animations and all that good crap. And the animation flow works. The only thing we need to replace is the dodge. So if we go into PC Hero, process dodge, and this is where we actually process the dodge animation. Which needs a montage. So I'm going to make that dodge animation into an actual montage. Where is it? I think it's the jump over. Yeah. So I'm going to right click on this, create animation montage. Then we can go here and drop that in. So they'll do the dodge, play, dodge, montage length. That's new. All right. And one other thing that we can add in is the actually attack combo, which should be here in these parameters. So the mid combo is the only one I actually have an example of. These take a dynamic array of actual combos, and these arrays actually link together. So you have mid combo, you have whether it's going to, that move is going to be what charge level it's going to use, and I think that's for particles. You have where it's going to mount the particles for whatever charge. So if you want to have your fist glowing for a punch and you know it's going to be the left fist, then you put that fist as the charge animation for the hit if you have a charged hit. With this one, I'm actually not going to make anything charged because I would have to manually change the animation to compensate for a charge section in the anime montage to a hit section in the animation montage. So these are just, since I just picked randomly 3 animations, this is going to do their random animation for it. And I might actually have to do that in the second video because I think this one is about to go over.